There are many strange-looking animals in the world, but few are as bizarre as the tapir. This animal looks like a pig and a donkey had a baby, and that's because they kinda did. But there's more to this strange animal than just its looks. So why do tapirs look so weird? Hi, and welcome to my channel. Now, as I said in the intro, there are plenty of strange-looking animals in our world. However, few are as bizarre as the tapir. These animals have such strange features and such an unusual appearance that when you first see one, you might think that it's some kind of joke. You might think that it's a newly created hybrid animal, some kind of mix between a pig and a horse, or maybe a donkey. But these animals aren't some kind of new Frankenstein animal. They are actually a very real species that has been around for millions of years. And they're not even rare. There are about 1,000 of them left in the wild. But if they've been around for so long, why do they look so weird? Well, the reason they look so strange is actually related to their ancestry. When looking at their features, there are two that really stand out. They're short, stubby legs and their prehensile nose. Their legs are short and sturdy, which makes them look kind of fat, but it also makes them pretty good for walking on uneven surfaces and in dense vegetation. Their large toes help with this as well, since they spread the weight of the animal over a larger surface area. And this large toe also gives the animal better traction while walking. Their second most notable feature is their nose. It's long, prehensile, and kind of looks like a human hand. The tip of their nose is almost always touching the ground, helping them to balance themselves. And because it's so sensitive, it can detect smells in the air. Because of its flexibility, the tapir can also use it to grasp things, kind of like how a monkey uses its fingers. They can use it to grab leaves and bring them to their mouth or to pick up fruits. In fact, it's thought that the main reason why they evolved this way was to help them eat. Thanks to this nose, they don't have to move their head much to get food. They can basically use their nose to grab the food and then just move their mouths slightly to eat it. Now, I know that you probably wouldn't want to touch a stranger's nose. But if the roles were reversed and the stranger was a tapir, you might consider it, since they're pretty stinky. So having a nose that doesn't get in the way when eating is probably a good thing. But there is another advantage to having a prehensile nose. While they're eating, they can use their nose to hold onto things, allowing them to free up their hands. Basically, it allows them to use their hands while they eat, kind of like us humans. This also allows them to use their hands to defend themselves from potential predators. They can use it to slap at a predator trying to scare it off. Even though they are herbivores, they will use it to attack if they feel threatened. Now, these two features make the tapir look really strange, but they're actually quite useful for the animal. So there's no reason for them to evolve away from this body plan. On top of these two features, they also have a single toe on each foot, which makes them even more odd. Most mammals have at least 3 toes on their feet, so this is definitely an unusual trait. Having fewer toes means that it's harder for them to grip the ground, so it kind of makes sense that they would have webbed feet to help counter this. Webbed feet allow them to steer themselves in the water and help them move around in their thick, swampy environment. So, as you can see, every feature of the tapir's body has a purpose, even if that purpose is just to help them survive in their environment. All of these features might make the tapir look weird and unusual, but they're actually quite well adapted for their environment. They might not be the most beautiful creatures, but they are definitely interesting. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. As always, thanks for watching. See ya.